Opposing Gloves here, and this is the second video in the Learn FM synthesis. And so we are going to be looking at the tools I'll be using. So right off the bat, I'm using the beta of FL12. So because I want to use the new, I want to use the new sytrus. So I want to use the vectorial sytrus because that's the one that's going to be the most recent. So it's the most relevant. I should be using that one. And I've been messing with it. It's really great, really cool. So I'm going to be using this tool. And there's various things that the various tools I'm going to be using The principal ones, though, I'm going to be using sytrus. And let me open up another FL that's not beta. And it's going to tell me it can't open up any more crap. And if I come over here, I'll also be using FM8. And there are big differences between these and their capabilities. So anyways, I'll be using FM8 for some things and sytrus for others. If you have these tools, great. The principles should apply no matter what. And we're going to be looking at it from a very ground level perspective to start, using mostly sytrus. FM8 gives you more flexibility with morphing. Sytrus gives you a greater ability to really nail a particular timbre and then manipulate it from there. So they've got sort of different goals, but I'm going to be using these. Other tools I will be using various distortion plugins that are included with FL. Now, if you would like to follow along and you do not own any of this stuff, maybe you don't even have the same DAW, you can get the demo for FL12. And it's totally free and you can use it on an unlimited basis and all this stuff is included, and you can go ahead and learn along with everyone else and me, because I always learn the most when I teach. It's one of the greatest benefits I've noticed from doing tutorials. So those are the tools I will be using, is those various things. Occasionally I may pull out a plugin. It may be a free one that I got from somewhere, but it's just to demonstrate some things, because with FM you generally will create a tone or a goal and then you'll distort it. This is one that you might create a particular timbre to start and then you'll really manipulate it outside of the plugin. That's at least one of the easier ways to do sound design. Trying to keep it all just in FM synthesis land can become more difficult. It's not impossible, but it's just more difficult than it needs to be often when you do that. So it's just easier to move out of it. Now, both sytrus includes filters and effects, and so does FM8. FM8 is an effects unit. There's a version of it where it's just effects, and you can FM stuff through it. But anyways, these are the tools you're going to be using, so make sure you have acquired some of these. The other tools we will be using is I have a signal analyzer plugin that we will make good use of for a while, and it looks like this. It is free. It's called... I really like this one for what it does. You can get it at www.rs-met.com, and you can get it there. And I prefer this one over the Parametric EQ2. This does things a little bit differently, and I notice it is quite a bit faster in some regards. And it's very, very accurate, and you can zoom in and do a bunch of stuff you just can't do anywhere else. Other than that, I don't think there's any big things, but I highly encourage you to get that signal analyzer, simply because you're going to be required to do some practicing on your own if you really want to get it. I mean, that's the expectation, is you're learning this so that you can do it on your own. And when you're messing with it, it's super useful to have some sort of a thing to reference. So that's that. If you have any questions, let me know. Subscribe and have a blessed day.
Opposing Gloves. Reversing.